Thank you, sister. Today is a very good topic, being good or being right. When I was thinking about this topic, it seems to me more a riddle than a question. And most of the answers are determined by one's definition of right and good. Because they may vary from person to person and with the context in which they are applied. Whatever is right means appropriate to that moment, doesn't need to be good, means worthwhile also. And whatever is good does not need to be right always. Let's understand this concept with an example. We all have heard this example very well. Suppose one butcher is there and he is running after a cow just to kill her, and the cow is running, and one man is standing there on a T-point, and the cow just crossed that man and turns right. This butcher asked that man, "Have you seen the cow?" So now this man has two options. One option is, which is right, means which is true. Yes, I have seen the cow. It has just passed and took the turn right. Another option is, no, I haven't seen. We don't know. I don't know. You must be mistaken. I have been to this place. I'm standing here from the last 15 minutes. And I haven't seen anybody coming here. You just go back and search somewhere else. In first case, it is true, but the consequences will be, the result will be, the butcher will chase the cow and will kill her. In the second case, it was a lie. It was not right for that moment, but it was being good, because in that case, that butcher won't be able to chase that cow. So sometimes it seems to be right, but it's not right. When we use the term right, it has a very limited meaning. Right means which is not wrong. Right means without any mistake. But when we say the term being good, it has a higher meaning. It is a higher term basically. Being good involves being giving. Being good means being donor. Being good means being giver. Means your actions gives happiness, love, joy, feeling of comfort to someone. When we use this word being right, it is used for the self purpose, because whatever is right for me, maybe it's not right for you, maybe it's wrong for you. And it is said that universally nothing is right or wrong. We choose what is right for me. Like you go to a doctor and you ask him, "Doctor, should we take non-veg?" If the doctor himself takes non-veg, definitely he'll say, "Yes, you have to take non-veg. It is full of protein. You require protein diet. You should take it." If the doctor himself is vegetarian, he will say, "It's not required. You can fulfill your protein requirement from so many other sources, like you can take cheese, you can take nuts, milk, curd, etc." So universally, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. We have to choose what is right for me. But when we say being good, it is something which is beneficial for everybody. When we talk about these two words, right and good, they seems to be alike in a meaning, of same meaning, but they are not synonyms. When we say being right being good has a broader meaning in comparison to being right. When we say being good has a broader meaning, and when we say being right, it involves just an action which is legal, action which is lawful. But when we say being good, it is just not an action. It refers to a state of being, basically. A state of being. Let's take an example. Suppose in the morning, early in the morning, you had to go somewhere and it was very urgent, and you were going by a road by driving your own car, and you were driving. In the way there was a red signal. So you have two choices. One choice is because nobody is there, no traffic is there, all the roads are empty. So why to waste the time? Just go ahead and you will cross that red signal. That is the one option. Another option is because it's a red signal, so you will wait, you will stop, you will wait until the signal will get green. Only then you will pass. Now my question to the audience is, which is right and which is good? And if it is right, why it is right? If it is good, why it is good? Any one of you would like to answer? Are you getting me? Brother Hemant is saying we should stop. Okay, why we should stop? Okay, because it's red light and that is right. Anybody else want to share? It's right and good for all. We can go because there is no harm in near sight. Okay, this is Prashanti. Yes, we can say that it's right because at that moment that is right. Nobody is there, no harm is there, and why to waste their time? We can go. But goodness say we should stop and we should wait until the signal gets green. Why we should stop? Because if we will break such small rules just to just for some time, to save some time, what will happen? These small difference makes big difference in our life. This, if we follow the small disciplines in our life, small rules in our life, definitely we are able to rule ourselves. Definitely we are able to conquer our mind. Definitely we are able to rule, or you can say control our mind, control our life. But if we break such small rules, we lose control over ourselves with passage of time. While we are breaking, while we are doing, we are not able to understand. But with passage of time, we leave control over ourselves. And second thing, suppose you cross the road, you jump the traffic light. Maybe the people coming beside you, they will follow you. And they will also break the rule, they will also cross the light. In this case, you are not setting a good example. But suppose you choose to stop there and wait for the signal to get green. In that case, you will set a good example. You would set a ideal example, because maybe some people will comment you, maybe some people will laugh at you that you are just wasting your time, nobody is there, still you are waiting. But being good means, despite of all the comments and all the opinions of other people, you should stick what you want to do. That is being good. See, the keywords which are concerned with right is being right is duty and rights. But the keywords which are concerned with being good are being being good are not duty and rights. It's character and it's personality in relations. Suppose you have a severe headache and you went to a doctor. Now you went to a doctor. That's the right of a doctor that diagnose the problem and give you a medicine. Suppose he diagnose you have a headache and he just give you a medicine. You take it morning and evening, twice a day for 2 days, and it will be gone. You will feel comfortable, and he just send you back in 5 minutes. And simultaneously, suppose some other doctor is there and you go to that doctor, not this doctor, he just asks you 10 questions. Why this? What you ate in the morning? What was there? Any stress factor is there? Anything in your mind is there? And he diagnose, then he give medicine, then he do some counseling. You should not think too much. You should not eat this much. Your body doesn't accept this thing. So you should take care like 10 precautions and some counseling. And in the last, he says, feel free to call if you want, if you require. But I think it won't be required. But if required, feel free to call. So this is being good, because this is the character of the doctor. This is not just a patient and doctor feeling. This is something, a concerned feeling. He's concerned for us. He talks softly. He talked with a sweet voice, with a smile on the face. He showed his concern. Means he is good, just not being right. See, when we do what a society expects you to do, means just fulfilling the social obligations. You are correct and you are right. But when you choose, and this is in your mind that I don't have just to be right or what is required, but I uh, I do something to benefit other or to make some change in others' life, maybe in a small way, and sometimes which is not expected by you, by the society, but still you do it. Why? Because it is your nature. Why? Because it is your will, it is your desire. Then we'll say it is being good. Like suppose at your office somebody does something wrong. You are working in a team, maybe 4 or 5 people in a team, and somebody does something wrong, and this person is the person who always used to curse you, who always wants ill of you, who always uh, prick you in one or another way, used to prick you in another or other way. Now he has performed some mistake, which is not that big mistake, but still a mistake. So you have two options. One is bring that mistake or bring it in the notice of your seniors, so that you can tell this person that yes, this is my time to show you what I am. This is one way. Another way is you just keep quiet. You don't tell anybody, not even to any senior or maybe to your colleagues. Just help him to solve that mistake or to resolve it, and how best you can do, you do it just to help him so that he can resolve that mistake. So these are the two options. But what seems right means first option, because he was doing this with me from a long time, so this is my time to take the revenge and I can do the same with him. But being good means I'm not doing the same he was doing, but I am using my sanskar, my nature, my will, my desire, because that is my nature, being good. In this case, what will happen? In this case, even if you are not saying anything, you are making him realize his mistakes. Maybe he's not going to feel sorry, but somewhere in the deep, he will definitely realize his mistake, that today he can use me, today he can make fun of me, today he can inform the higher dignitaries about my mistake and can make the use of my mistake. But still he is not doing so. So definitely this act will somewhere uh, inside in his heart will make him realize that he was wrong. And second thing, what will happen in future when you will meet him, he will not meet with the same vibration, he will not meet with the same thoughts. Definitely his behavior will change a bit somewhere. There you will see the difference in his behavior. uh, we can take some another example. Suppose one criminal is there. He has made a crime, not a very big crime. One thing is, legally he should be punished for his crime. Another thing is being merciful. Just have the thoughts of mercy for him and try to understand, do a counseling, why he does so, what was the reason behind it, what was his mindset at that time while he performed that act. And instead of sending him in prison or maybe for a punishment, you think something else, maybe to counsel him and to understand him, and after that give a particular direction to him so that he should not repeat this again. So this is something good, not just being right. See, when we say being good, when we are doing good, the things that are involved has lot to do with equality, lot to do with fairness, lot to do with balance. But when it comes to being good, the things that are involved with goodness, being good, are not just the rewards, are not just what we have done. It comprises of my compassion, generosity, selflessness, the feeling of giving, data panki feeling. In case of being right, what is taken must be returned. What is given must be given back. Means equal pay for equal work. Simply being right means ready for the consequences of the actions what one have performed. But being good is not just getting the rewards of what you have done, but it's your inner virtue, it's your inner value of compassion, generosity, of giving, of benefiting someone, of helping someone. And while you are doing so, you are not expecting anything in return of that. See, when we say being right is not absolute, means nothing is absolute right and wrong, as we discussed before. Something which hurts me or which hurts anybody else could be wrong. Something which is peaceful for me could be right for me. So it's not absolute. But what is good? Good is intrinsic value of me. Good is rooted in virtue of me. That is something which is from inside. That is my sanskar. That is my natural nature. That's why it is said, continuous goodness is greatness. Goodness is somewhere connected with the greatness. Suppose you are having a small trip. We have a very beautiful hill station near to the Chandigarh called Shimla. You might have heard about it. Suppose I am I have planned a trip with my family from Chandigarh to Shimla by road, and I'm going with my family. It was a weekend. I was enjoying my trip. Um, I was driving the car from Chandigarh to Shimla with all my family in the car. We were laughing, we were eating, we were enjoying, we were singing for a beautiful weekend. Suddenly, one car just crossed me, and it was very fast and just move ahead. A simple thought just entered here. Let's race. That one thought will change my focus. My focus from enjoying to one thing that I have to be ahead of that person. Now, what will happen? My focus, the moment my focus will change, suppose my child he's singing, I will just say, just stop it, don't sing, don't make a noise, let me concentrate. Suppose they are giving me something to eat, I will say, no, I don't want. Let me focus, because my focus has now changed from enjoying to just being on race, that I have to get ahead from him at any cost. Suppose his car is Mercedes and my one is Alto. What will happen? I know my capacity is not that much. His capacity, the capacity of his car is much more than me. So in any case, I can't go ahead of him if I will follow my rules. So suppose I just break the rules, I jump the red light, maybe overspeed or something else. So in that case, maybe I will go ahead from him. But suppose after some time, maybe 5-10 minutes, I just saw him that in between his his tire get punctured. What will happen? I will take a long breath. Oh, that was the moment I was waiting for. Now I can go ahead from him. But what will happen? Maybe I will go ahead from him. That's right for me, because that was this motive at that moment that I have to go ahead from him. But what will happen? In that whole trip, what I achieved and what I lost. Will you please share in the whole trip what I achieved and what I lost? Yes, we lost the moment of enjoyment. And what we achieved? Lost enjoying the drive with family. Achieved, okay, ego, satisfaction, stress. Somebody is saying, I also don't stop to help. It normally happens when this thing is in our mind, because the motive changed, the focus changed, and only one thing was there in the mind, that I have to go ahead. Means by hook or by crook, I have to go ahead. He lost the control over himself. He stopped enjoying the whole trip, got ruined. His family was disturbed. They were playing, they were singing, they were laughing, and then they were just keeping quiet, no enjoyment, nothing. And what was achieved? I think nothing was achieved. Only loss was there. But when he saw that another person, he was having that tire puncture, and mostly on the hill stations, we don't find so many mechanics and service center. In that case, if he would have stopped his car and getting out of his car, he would help that person in getting his tire removed, removed and changed. Maybe after leaving, he wouldn't have thanked him. But somewhere in his mind or deep in his heart, there must be blessings for him. In that case, he must have earned blessings. So I just mean to say that being right could be different. The decision of right is different for everybody because the definition of right vary from person to person. But being good is not just being right. Being good consists of my goodness, my quality of being good, my quality of being nice, my quality of being well behaved with others, despite of how they are behaving with me, despite of what the situation is there, how they are talking to me, despite of anything, because that is my nature, my sanskar. So goodness is greatness, and goodness is a broader term. Goodness is used with a broader meaning. But when we can be good, only when we are filled with that, only when we can be a giver, only when we can do good with others, when we ourselves are filled with goodness, when ourselves we are filled with happiness, ourselves we are filled with joy, only then we can give. And for that, meditation is a very good tool. And for that, we have to connect with the God, because God is the source of happiness, love, peace, purity, everything what we want today. So let's do a simple meditation. Sit comfortably. Bring your attention in the center of forehead and see a tiny beautiful star is sparkling in the center of forehead. This is who I am, a point of light and energy, a beautiful being, child of Almighty Father. I am a pure being, a powerful being, a peaceful being. When I am at peace, I can better judge the situations, better take decisions. This state of my mind, full of peace, is my natural nature. Just a gentle reminder to myself that I am a peaceful soul, spreading the vibrations of peace. Om Shanti.